Welcome back, trackside. Once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. The IVRL Pinkett Forward Cup Series fires things off at the Brickyard, but we're not on the oval. We're going to be turning left and right here tonight at the road course. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. Track temperature that you can see front and center on your screen, 98 degrees on this 14 turn road course here at the famous Brickyard Indianapolis Motor Speedway, hosting race number 22 in the 2022 Pinkett Ford Cup Series. There you can see Jaden Gimble making his way around the track through the S's here. Qualifying already underway, so I tell you what, why don't we go ahead, get to some of those times out there on the track. Let's see who's put down a fast time, and well, nobody has crossed the start-finish line just yet. A little bit of a ways of distance around this road course. Looks fairly easy from above, but a very, very technical course here. Big braking zones getting into turn 1. Also getting into, I believe that would be turn number 10 or 11. That hard right-hander, just as you make your way out onto the oval side of things, you got that hard right-hander again, back through another little chicane, and then back on the front stretch, heading in the opposite direction. So we'll see how these drivers go about things tonight, but also the pit crews on pit road that will be working backwards here tonight at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. You're watching the Brickyard 41. And looking through the garage area, not a lot of drivers here tonight. Only about 8 or 9 drivers made the trip here to the Indianapolis road course. A handful of drivers electing to keep their road course cars safe at home instead of being here at a somewhat of an unknown for these Cup Series drivers here this week. Not a lot of time to familiarize yourself with the track unless you've been putting in a ton of time this past week on iRacing right here. You must get into practice when they put a new layout out. And well, tonight going to be a total new, different beast for a handful of drivers, and we've got a handful of them putting in those time laps now. So what do you say we drop that HMG Innovations Pole Award over there to the side? Wesley Jeanette, top of the speed charts, quick time here at the road course. 1:28.82 is the fast time for Jeanette. He'll just edge out Thomas Kowick right behind him. Brian Farrell, always fast on those ovals. We'll see if the RC driver can get it done on the road course here tonight. Jordan Warzik right there running in that 4th position. Not good enough for the pole. Last week's race winner at Pocono, the Tricky Triangle, seen a little bit of tempers flaring, and Warwick was able to pick up the pieces, walk away with the race win. Christopher Stang with a good run as of late as well. And with just about 5 or 6 races remaining in the regular season, we'll have actually, yes, this is race number 22, regular season, 26 races. So 5 races left for these drivers trying to put themselves in a championship position. 12 out of the 12 out of your top 16 already locked in with a race win. So there's only a handful of spots remaining for these drivers to try to get the job done and punch their tickets to the postseason. Who's got what it takes? Will we see a first face in victory lane tonight? Or will we see yet another repeat winner? 4 of our previous winners making up almost half of the field here tonight, so it's going to be a 50-50 on who walks away with the race win here tonight from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We're road course racing here tonight in the Brickyard 41. Just about a minute left in qualifying. It looks like only Nicholas Pressey and Jaden Gimble yet to put in their times laps. Pressey 6th on the speed charts with his first time lap. We'll see how he goes on the second. Track falls silent as just Jaden Gimbel yet to put in his time lap now. Only driver not putting in a qualifying time. And you can see the amount of rubber laid down through happy hour in qualifying on this newly paved road course. Some different aspects to what we seen with it the first time we were here last year. This year, some of those curbs and the curbing in the infield that cause some havoc and cause some problems, those were ground down, taken out, so no longer going to be an issue or a factor. But this one right here, this is one of those curbs you're going to have to watch out for. If you hit it a little bit too much with that right front, you're never going to make the rest of that corner. It's going to be sailing from there and out into the grass. A big key at road course racing, and ask any road course racer, it's keeping it on the track, and a lot of off-track opportunities here from the road course at Indianapolis Speedway in the Brickyard 41. That's going to do it for your qualifying session. Snatching the HMG Innovations Pole Award, the 74 of Wesley Jeanette puts a little bit in his back pocket and gets ready to fire things off for tonight's Brickyard 41. We're going to head trackside for your national anthem. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof
Music will fade. Drivers will make their way across the start-finish line, this time by in the Geico restart zone, and green flag flies for the first time here tonight at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It's the road course. Hot and heavy action here tonight. A little bit of cloudy weather here in Indianapolis, and taking that inside lane is your pole sitter. Oh, overcooking the corner. The 74 of Wesley Jeanette also going to give up a position. Ryan Farrell going to make the outside work. The 43 going to take second. How about Nicholas Pressey? He's going to grab 2 positions on this start and already begin to step away. 94 looking nice and smooth. Ryan Farrell up 3 positions from where he started from tonight in that 5th position. And Pressey all out of shape, and he's going to lose a ton of ground. Ryan Farrell going to catapult himself into the race lead as Robert Shin having a little bit of a rough go. Already some trouble there for Shin. Heavy lockup for the 43. As we make our way around the track, lap number 1, we've already had a pretty chaotic start of the race. You had your race leaders, Wesley Jeanette as well as Thomas Kohick. Both of the drivers cooking the tires in turn number 1, overshooting the corner. That allowed the 94 of Nicholas Pressey to take that top spot. Ryan Farrell moved to second. Pressey had trouble, and Farrell moved right on by as he leads the field into the final few corners. We'll put lap number 1 in the book, and we'll run on down from there. 40 laps going to remain this time around. Ryan Farrell leads the field after starting in 5th. He'll cross the line as the race leader to complete lap number 1. We'll drop the timing and scoring over there to the left-hand side of your screen for you. Let you follow along just like we do here in the production booth. And looks like we're hearing word had some audio troubles during your starting lineup, so we do apologize for that one. Maybe next time we'll blow into the disc slots before we plug the stuff in. Maybe that works. It used to work on the Nintendo 64 and those Nintendo Entertainment Systems way back when. Yeah, I'm that old. I remember. How about Atari? You remember Atari? Oh my gosh. Can you imagine trying to get around this road course on one of those Atari controllers? That would be pretty interesting. Ryan Farrell continuing to show the way. Your HMG Innovations Pull Award winner right behind him. Wesley Jeanette with a recovery fell back to the 6th position. Has made a handful of passes with some trouble from some other drivers. Nicholas Pressey fell back to 6th now after his big trouble. Deep into the braking zone goes the 74, and he is all over Ryan Farrell for the moment. Back running in 3rd. Last week's race winner from Pocono, Jordan Warzik, right there rounding out your podium drivers. The Exalta 41 machine, Christopher Stang with a good go. He's up 2 positions from where he qualified from 6th to 4th. And you can see Farrell a lot quicker coming out of those final corners. And look at the rotors glowing already. We're on lap number 3. And the rotors on these machines already glowing. That is how hard you are on the brakes here at the Indianapolis road course. It's gonna be a tightrope walk for all of these drivers, especially trying to stay fast, and especially if you're trying to push it into the corners. You're gonna burn those brakes up, and you may have yourself a handful of trouble. I.e., Kyle Larson. Look out, Dylan! Here we come. If you know, you know, and we'll just move on from there. Top 3 drivers separating themselves from the field. The oval leader with race wins right now. 4 race wins in his back pocket on the ovals, and Ryan Farrell showing he can get the job done when it comes to turning left and right here tonight in the Brickyard 41. He leads by over 1 second. You can see those brake rotors continuing to glow as they are hard on the brakes into just 2 very heavy braking zones here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Back on the front stretch once again we go. Lap number 3 goes in the bag. Lap number 4 now underway. A little bit further back through the field, why don't we run back here to Nicholas Pressey. The 94 was leading the race momentarily. He's trying to close back in on the 71 of Christopher Stang. Stang in the fast Ford Mustang, no pun intended right there. And it's not just your race leader with those glowing rotors. You can see Nicholas Pressey heavy braking into turn number 1 as he continues to try to run down Christopher Stang. No real battles from there. We've got some gaps throughout this field. So what do we say? Let's go check in on the man that started outside pole position. How about the Interstate Batteries Rowdy Energy number 1 Toyota Camry, piloted by Thomas Kohick, making his debut here at the road course. And I noticed that right there on the 1. I don't know if you've paid attention already, race fans, but that corner, a very heavy braking corner, and we didn't see any rotor glow out of that 1 machine, so he may have figured something out, may have just increased some of that braking distance, maybe possibly not pushing as hard. And you can see a light glow that time by, and oh, Warzik, he's got some trouble. He's going to have an off-track moment. He's going to give up a ton of time to the drivers in front, about 2 seconds lost right there with that 1 off-track excursion. So just because you're out front, just because you got a gap, if you're at a road course, it does not matter one bit. One mistake could mean the end of your night. And how about this at the front? We've had an on-track pass for the race lead, a true pass for the race lead, if you will. Wesley Jeanette going to power his way right on around Ryan Farrell and reassume the race lead. The Clark Cleaners fueled up Motorsports, the 74 machine of Wesley Jeanette, running well here tonight, snatched the HMG Innovations Pole Award, and he's going to look to walk away with the stage win. Stage number 1 will come to a close on lap number 8. Gaps through this field. Jeanette leads Farrell by 1 second. Farrell over Warzik by 4+ seconds. Small gap back from Warzik to Kohick. There you can see Kohick making his way up through this field, gaining a lot of ground back after overcooking turn number 1, just like Wesley Jeanette. Unfortunately for Kohick, Jeanette able to get back on the gas and back up to speed a little bit better than what this Interstate Batteries Rowdy Energy number 1 machine has been able to do. Close battle now back there between Christopher Stang and Nicholas Pressey, and we've got the battle heating up right here between Warzik and Kohick. Ryan Farrell cooking the brakes and the tires last time through turn number 10. We'll have to continue to watch and see how all of these drivers fare through these braking zones. Heavy glow off of both of those drivers up front brakes, and I'm telling you, it may come to haunt these drivers a little bit later on here tonight. Handful of drivers in the field here tonight. John Tiller, one of those drivers vying for a spot in the championship playoffs. With only 4 slots available to non-race winners as we run right here tonight. We've had 12 different drivers with a race win, 13 if you count the one-off race for Joel Connolly, who walked away with a race win, and then has since been on the sidelines, somewhat of a fill-in driver, a part-timer, so he will not be in your post-season running for a championship. And John Tiller, as we were saying, came into tonight's race sitting 16 points out of what we'll call the chase bubble coming into race number 22. Adam Wood just barely inside right there, running in that chase bubble position. So it's very close to who's going to make it and who's not. And being here, gaining them points is everything. Nicholas Pressey, he should get a good shot in the arm in the point standings as well with a good run here tonight, running in the 6th position. Christopher Stang going to continue his good run of things over the course of the past month. Christopher Stang running well, came into the league as a fill-in driver, what was supposed to be a one-off race week for that 71 of Stang has turned into a permanent offer and a permanent ride right there with the Fueled Up Motorsports team and the Ford Mustang making his way through the infield. Christopher Stang rounds out your top 5. Looking around the track, no real battles to speak of except the one on your screen right here. Nicholas Pressey trying to chase down Christopher Stang. Thomas Kohik just off in front, about 3 seconds in front to be exact. And there's the stage break, lap number 8. And we will have our first stage caution of the night. Walking away with the stage win 8 laps into tonight's race. And Wesley Jeanette going to put some bonus points in his back pocket. And we're going to step away for a brief commercial break as drivers going to get caught back up to the pace car. Some may opt to pit, some may not. 5 sets of tires tonight. So tires will not be a factor. We'll have to wait to see what these drivers think about the fuel situation. We'll find out when we come back live here from the Indianapolis road course.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
And back trackside as drivers roll off of pit road. Wesley Jeanette going to lead the charge off of pit road, and he will catch up to the tail end of that Porsche pace car. We're going to see this thing go one more time around, and then we'll get set to drop the green flag once again here from the Indianapolis road course. Race number 22 here this season in the Pinkett Ford Cup Series. And what a season it's been. As we've talked about earlier here tonight, only a handful of drivers able to get to victory lane multiple times this season. Jordan Warzik grabbing his second race win last week from Pocono. Maxwell Castro going to victory lane 2 times. Wesley Jeanette, your race leader, your stage winner, your pole sitter, with 2 wins in his back pocket. Jaden Gimble, 3 wins. The 81 relegated to the garage trouble, getting the engine afire after a good run in happy hour. Gimble with trouble during qualifying, and he is unable to make the field here tonight, so he'll walk away with the last place points here tonight from the road course. And Ryan Farrell, the man sitting in second, that just gave up that second position to come back to pit road. He's got 4 race wins in his back pocket, and he has shown that he's not afraid of these road courses. He's ready to roll, ready to get the job done here tonight. He's going to have more fuel than anybody in the field, as everybody's going to go one more time around the track. And we'll get ready to fire things off. Once again, Wesley Jeanette will be your race leader. Warzik going to take over the second spot. Christopher Stang right there going to restart in third. Nicholas Pressey, Thomas Kohick, John Tiller, and Ryan Farrell will round out your running order. Robert Shin with some early trouble here tonight. Shin listed off of the lead lap. Only driver off of the lead lap, running in that 8th position. And you can see the Porsche pace car lights have gone off. So we will get ready to fire things off once again here tonight in the Brickyard 41. And as we're making our way through the infield, I'm laughing to myself because I remember something that took place just a few days ago when the Cup cars were here, when the big boys of NASCAR came to play at the road course. Will anybody take the Chastain chicane here tonight going into turn 1? Or will everybody be able to make that first right-hand corner and get around the track the proper way? We've got a 1 in the field, but he's on the inside lane for the restart. It's going to be hard-pressed for him to duplicate that Chastain chicane. And, you know what? I hope our good buddy Donald Bennett is out there checking in with us, checking on things tonight here at the road course. He's a huge Ross Chastain fan, so I'm sure he'll get a kick out of the Chastain chicane here at the road course. And, well, let's get ready to fire things back off in the Pinkett Ford Cup Series. Big shout out to our title sponsor this season, Pinkett Ford, an approved 501c3 nonprofit organization comprised of 4 family members, 3 cousins, and a daughter who over the past 10 years, few years, within the last 3 generations of their family, 10 altogether have had to go through, battle, and overcome breast cancer. And this organization is one of the premier for information and shoulder leaning, if you call it. If you're looking for somebody to lean on, if you've got some questions, if you're looking to be pointed in the right direction to deal with the horrible disease that is breast cancer that affects so many of us around the world, look no further than PinkettFord.org. That's www.PinkettFord.org. And we fire the things back off across the line. Wesley Jeanette gonna get up through the gears. Here we go into turn number 1. Will everybody make the corner? Oh, on the brakes hard goes the 41 of Warwick, and everybody gonna make the corner. No, one of them's not gonna come out of it alive. 41 of Warwick goes off the nose of, I believe that may have been Thomas Cohee, getting into the tail end of that 41 of Warwick, and he's going to have to make his way up through the field now. Christopher Stang in the 71 machine, he's got heavy contact, and there it is. That was the contact. We're hearing word in our ear from the producers. It was contact between the 71 and the 41 that sent both of those drivers around, and now Stang, who is running inside of your top 5, he is way behind the 8 ball, upwards of 20 seconds behind already, so a long uphill battle here in stage number 2 for that 71. Meanwhile, up at the front of the field, Jeanette, no problem. Nothing in sight, and that's what you like at the road courses, leading the way. You get to pace the race, basically. You get to run at your pace. There's no pressure from behind, so just hit your marks nice and easy on the throttle. Make sure you get good bite out of the corners and just stay on track. And Wesley Jeanette continuing now to build on a 2.5 second race lead here in stage number 2. Nicholas Pressey with a great move on the restart to gain 2 positions. He's now going to run in that 2nd position, and Cohee and Farrell, they're going to go at it for 3rd and 4th. That's your closest battle, your only battle for position on track. So what do you say we stay right here for a moment, and I tell you what, why don't we go on board? I believe we do have an onboard camera shot here tonight from the cockpit with Ryan Farrell. There you can see the 43 trying to chase down the fast one of Cohee, the Rowdy Energy Interstate Batteries #1 Toyota Camry, very fast. He's going to be somebody you have to deal with in the final 20 laps of tonight's official race distance. The Brickyard 41 will see stage number 2 come to a close at lap number 20, setting us up for a 20-lap run to the end. And it is going to be one heck of a battle there. You can see a little bit loose on the throttle for Farrell as he's still trying to run down Cohee. Race leader Wesley Jeanette down into the final few corners into this final chicane. Oh, and overcooking the corner goes the one. The one goes off track. Cohee goes off track, and Ryan Farrell going to move in to that 3rd position, and that's what it's all about right there, race fans. You've seen it front and center right before your eyes. Keeping it on track is huge. Once these tires hit the grass, it is very hard to control it. It's not like driving a dirt car. You can't just whop the throttle a few times and get that thing kicked a little bit out sideways and get it going in the right direction. It's all hands on deck. You're on the brake, you're on the gas, you're on the wheel. Grass is not a race car driver's friend, especially here at the road courses. And now Cohee gonna have to regain over 1.5 seconds to get back with an opportunity to battle for that 3rd position. Ryan Farrell slowly starting to reel in. Nicholas Pressey running in 2nd. But Jeanette, class of the field here tonight. 3.3 second race advantage. He's put 1.3 seconds on top of the field in a lap and a half. Absolutely on fire here tonight. Wesley Jeanette last time around was over a half a second faster total time around the track. You can see a big lock up out of that 94 getting into that right-hander. Cohee able to handle the right-hander this time around, making his way through, that would be 12, 13, and 14 right here. And in my personal opinion, I don't know how many of you out there watching here tonight in TV land, whether you're joining us on the Facebook side of things, maybe you're over there on Twitch, or right here on the YouTube side. I don't know if you've been out there on the track to know what it's like. Turn 1, it's pretty tricky, but you got a few big markers to kind of count you down to that braking zone. that final transition, that final chicane from turn, I believe it is turn 10, all the way through turn 14. Very tricky. That initial right-hander kind of sneaks up on you. As I said, you're getting out of that long sweeping right-hand corner, and you're getting up on the gas, and you're thinking you're just going to throttle on up and go on around the track, and then all of a sudden, gotta make that right-hander. So this portion of the speedway, very tricky. Not a lot of markers out there to remind you, so it's all about that memory bank. And Nicholas Pressey with trouble. The 94 has issues. Nicholas Pressey with an off-track excursion. Ryan Farrell going to move right into second. Thomas Kohik going to take over in that third position as now Pressey falls from second to fourth. And I tell you what, why don't we go back? Let's take a look here. See what happened to Pressey. Got that right rear, or I apologize, got the left rear on the grass, and it was just enough to create enough wheel spin to send that 94 around. We'll look at it one more time. There it is. Able to save it. Slight contact with the Armco barrier on the inside, and he's going to have to limp this thing on around for the rest of stage number 2, but look for Pressey to try to get to pit road and fix that up at his earliest convenience, which should be the end of stage number 2. So we'll head back up here with the driver running in second, 15 laps into tonight's 41-lap main event here at the Indianapolis road course for the Brickyard 41. Ryan Farrell still sits in second. Wesley Jeanette out front. There you can see Jeanette way off in the distance, a 5-second advantage over Farrell, who's got himself almost a 5-second advantage over the Interstate Batteries Rowdy Energy #1 of Thomas Kohik. And a good debut for Kohik. He's had himself a little bit of trouble in stage 1, a little bit of trouble in stage 2 here. But a driver that's able to refocus and start putting down some very quick lap times. Almost waking the beast up, I guess, so to speak. Maybe the pit stops kind of lulled him to sleep, going around the track at a little bit slower pace. Maybe that one of Kohik just needed a little bit of a wake-up moment. He got it, and he's heading back to the front of this field. Now running in that third position, Nicholas Pressey. We've seen him have trouble, 4.2 seconds back from Kohik. Now there you can see 94 sliding sideways, coming out of the final corner back to the front stretch. He'll head to the tricky turn 1. Since the trouble on the restart, Wawrzyk not really able to go anywhere, not able to gain anything here. Still sitting inside a top 5 position, but unable to make up any ground on the drivers in front of him. And Wawrzyk fortunate enough to make his way away from the carnage and chaos there that was the restart. As you see Christopher Stang going by the 77 of John Titler. I apologize. No, that is... Who is that masked man? I believe that is Robert Shin right there. Yes, it is the 73-2 machine of Robert Shin. And the Smooth One Racing Chevy ZL1 Camaro. He's seen some better days, down 7 laps here tonight. So some big trouble early tonight to call Shin and his team out. Nonetheless, still trying to soldier on, persevere throughout tonight's race, and possibly pick up a handful of points by the end of tonight's event. Without a lot of battles to speak of, let's head back to your race leader at the front of the field, Wesley Jeanette, looking to sweep the stages. Just watching your race leader take these corners, man. He's not driving it any different from what he was before he retook the race lead towards the end of stage number 1. He is still attacking these corners, not just rolling over for a Sunday drive with a 5-second advantage. The 74 of Jeanette, he wants to win, and he wants to win big. He's not needing any heat, but he might need some cooling down inside of that Clark. Heating and cooling, 77 fueled up motorsports machine. The 74 of Wesley Jeanette absolutely dominating here tonight from Indianapolis road course in the Brickyard 41. He's led all of stage number 2, most of stage number 1. Had a moment on the opening lap, was able to run his way back up through the field and regain the top spot for the stage 1 win, and he hasn't looked back since. He is on the gas and staying off of the grass on the asphalt all night long here. The 74 showing how to get the job done with a 5-second advantage over Ryan Farrell. You can see Farrell just back off in the distance. Man, that is I know on the stopwatch, 4.7 seconds doesn't sound like much. But look at the distance. Not even in the picture right now. Ryan Farrell he's running well, but you can see just lap after lap, he seems to be going the opposite direction here towards the end of stage number 2. Farrell has been able to close in just a little over the past 2 laps. Only about 0.2 of a second was gained over the past 2 laps, so it's not going to be enough for Jeanette to have to worry about, but maybe something to stick in his ball cap. Put that feather in the ball cap, save it for a little bit later, possibly manage the tires differently over the final stage. And you can still see not a lot of rotor glow out of that 74 machine as he continues to lay down fast laps here. Checking timing and scoring, and last time around by 0.3 of a second, Ryan Farrell was faster than your race leader. Jeanette running a 1:29.05 to Farrell's 1:28.79. So right on the borderline of being 0.3 faster last time around was Ryan Farrell. As we said, I don't think it's going to be enough to get him there by the end of stage number 2, but it's going to be enough to have the crew chief and the spotters all talking about how to manage the final portion of tonight's race. We're just about 2 laps away from seeing the stage caution fly once again here tonight in the Pinkett Ford Cup Series. You're watching the Brickyard 41. And maybe we were off track on our lap count with 22 laps remaining. Looks like stage number 2 will come to a close. Wesley Jeanette going to walk away with yet another stage win here tonight. Can he walk away with the one that means the most? And that's the final stage. Can he walk away with the checkered flag? Able to snatch each and every position. Well, not position. He's had the top spot, but able to snatch points. All the bonus points here tonight going to belong to that 74 and his entire crew. The HMG Innovations Pole Award, both the Stage 1 and Stage 2 wins. And as the field catches up to the back of the Porsche pace car, we're going to take this opportunity to pay a handful of bills once again. Here from the Turn 3 Racing Network. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And with the bills paid, we'll come back trackside here to Indianapolis Motor Speedway. You're watching the Brickyard 41. If you're just joining us here tonight, race number 22, well and underway. 20 laps left here tonight out of the 41 scheduled in the official race distance. 2 stages behind us with Wesley Jeanette walking away with both stage wins as well as the pole position. We're in store for a hot and heavy race to the end of tonight's event. 20 laps to go, 19 when we drop the green flag for the final time here tonight from the road course. And who's going to walk away with the big boy trophy here tonight from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway? We're road course racing tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching tonight's broadcast here of the International Virtual Racing League Pinkett Ford, the Cup Series. If you haven't already, go ahead, race fans. You know you want to join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. The road is getting closer. Drop these drivers that thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get a fancy little notification anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. And we're going to get ready to go. Back green flag racing this time around. Wesley Jeanette led the charge off of pit road at the end of stage number 1. He did not come to pit road at the end of stage 2. John Tiller stayed out on the track as well. Everybody else came to pit road for fuel and tires. Big unknown here on these cold old tires for the restart. Wesley Jeanette will lead the field off of turn 14 and onto the front stretch, entering the Geico restart zone. We'll get ready to drop the hammer on the loud pedal, and away we go. Green flag flies once again here from the road course at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 3 wide down the front stretch. Ryan Farrell getting covered off here to the inside. Big move. Oh, and contact. Around goes the 1, and the 1 gonna take the 74 with him. Oh my gosh. Ooh, in big trouble. 74 back on track. 41 of Warwick gonna go around. He'll back up some. Nicholas Pressey gonna play out into second. Ryan Farrell looking for 5th. Oh my gosh. Things got crazy right there on the restart. And I tell you what, while we continue to watch this battle, looks like, okay, all right. Looks like producers over there beside us getting ready to roll back some footage of that restart, trying to get a little bit better of a view, better picture of what took place and what happened right there. Wesley Jeanette with trouble and somehow came away with the race lead still. Nicholas Pressey going to gain a handful of positions with all of that carnage and chaos going down in turn number 1. And as these drivers stack themselves out, let's go back. Let's check this replay of the restart. And the outside lane just didn't get going. John Tiller did not get going. That put us 3 wide right here. And then down into the corner, you can see Coheed deep into the braking zone. Tiller right into the tail end, and Kyle Larson-esque right there. The 1 going to catch the 74. He'll come back out and nail Warwick, and Warwick just on along for a ride at that point in time. Crazy chaos there on the restart, and we'll jump back live once again with your race leader into turn number 10 we go. Jeanette leads Pressey. Ryan Farrell right there in 3rd. Christopher Stang back inside the top 5. He's running in the 4th position. Thomas Coheed trouble on the restart in turn 1, and Coheed back in the 5th position. Jordan Warwick not able to recover just yet. He's about 1 second behind Coheed in that 6th position. John Tiller struggling now, 5 seconds back from Warwick, 17.5 plus seconds away from your race leader, and already building a bit of a gap is Jeanette on Farrell and Pressey. These 2 drivers going at it pretty hardcore. Pressey looked to the inside coming into the chicane, wasn't able to make the move. Ryan Farrell going to scoot away for the time being. Pressey going to be stuck with that 3rd position here as we finish our 2nd lap after the restart. Things a little bit calmer after drivers get a little bit of distance between them. Man, what a calamity there on turn number 1. We've seen drivers deep into the braking zone, and then John Tiller deeper into the braking zone. Contact with the 1. The 1 goes flying, takes out race leader. Jeanette comes back on track. Contact between Jeanette and Warazik. Chaos ensued from there. Jeanette walks away with the race lead. Ryan Farrell now running in second. Nicholas Pressey back in third, losing a little bit of ground to Farrell now, 2 seconds back. Kohik and Stang going at it for that 4th and 5th position. I tell you what, let's go back. Let's take a look at these two drivers there. You can see the 71 right here on screen of Christopher Stang, and it looks like Kohik having a little bit of connection issues, popping in and out of the timing and scoring, so things may get a little bit wonky over there to the side, but we do apologize. Looks like some of the timing and scoring a little bit off kilter. Oh, in big trouble again into the corner. Jeanette has a lot of trouble. Trying to make sure timing and scoring is all recalled back up. We're not sure quite what happened there, but Thomas Kohik went to the top of the speed charts, was back in front of your race leaders, and then just dropped like a rock. And you've seen contact between Kohik and Jeanette. Sent Jeanette on a little bit of a ride. Now that one showing up on pit road for us, so a little interesting on what's going on with that number 1 Toyota Camry. The Rowdy Energy Interstate Batteries on number 1 with a little bit of a precarious situation here tonight from the road course. 16 laps remain in the Brickyard 41 here with the Pinkett Ford Cup Series. Sitting quiet, trying to go over some race strategy in our heads here in the booth, trying to figure out what the lap count is going to be on the fuel mileage, because your race leader Wesley Jeanette, he has not hit pit road since lap number 8, since the end of stage number 1. Jeanette has yet to come back to pit road. So almost right around the 20 lap mark into his fuel run here. So the car definitely a little bit lighter out there for that 74. But is he going to have to come to pit road? That is the big question. Will he have to hit pit road before the end of tonight's race? Or does he have enough fuel to make it to the end? Is he going to make it on a 1-stop, 2 set of tires? Oh, and into pit lane. Check that out. Racing into the corner and now racing to pit lane. And that's going to answer the question right there. Ryan Farrell, Wesley Jeanette, both going to peel off of the track and down to pit road. There you can see Nicholas Pressey staying out. Pressey going to elect to push it a little bit further on the tires and fuel. There you can see that 94 Ford Mustang out leading the race. He's got himself a 7.5 second advantage over Christopher Stang, so you might as well go ahead and try to gain what you can right here. And maybe the undercut, not the right way to go. Maybe here tonight at the road course, you run this thing on out as far as you can on the fuel and take as little fuel as possible with maybe a no tire stop. Get possibly a one can, a one and done if you will. Quick stop, only going to take you about 6 to 7 seconds to get that done. But that's going to be a lot faster. That's going to be at least 10 seconds faster than the drivers that came to pit road. And it looks like a 59-second pit road delta for Jeanette and for Farrell, who both took fuel and right sides. 8.9 seconds in the pit box for Jeanette and only 5 seconds in the pit box for Farrell. So those drivers are looking for a fuel only, maybe right sides with Jeanette, but Farrell definitely only fuel on his pit stop. So there you go. There's the strategy unfolding already. Drivers electing to go gas and go here tonight in the closing stages of the Brickyard 41 in the Pinkett Ford Cup Series. A little bit of an up and down night for the man leading this race right now. Man front and center with over a 9.5 second race lead. He's going to miss turn number 1 just a little bit. The New York City native, Nicholas Pressey, with a solid control over the race right now. 13 laps to go, but will the 94 have to hit pit road? We've seen Ryan Farrell come down to pit road and get a splash of gas. He was on pit lane back at lap number 20 at the end of stage number 2. This man right here, Nicholas Pressey, leading the way, leading the race. He was last on to pit road. End of stage number 2, lap number 20 as well. So some varying fuel strategies between drivers that were last on to pit road together. And man, I'm torn because we've got more drivers to pit road this time by John Tiller, Jordan Warwick, Christopher Stang, all coming to pit road this time around. And I mean, now you're down to just 3 drivers left on the lead lap. Nicholas Pressey able to put John Tiller a lap down, able to put Jordan Warwick, Christopher Stang all laps down. So, I mean, you got yourself, it takes right about a minute and a half to get around the track. You got yourself about a minute away from lapping the field here. And with a 30-second advantage, it looks like you may be able to pull off a quick stop, get off of pit road, and only be about 10 seconds behind. And I don't know. I don't know, maybe you run this thing out as long as you can, possibly walk away with a better chance at making this overcut really work, the long run work out for yourself. Wesley Jeanette with a quick time last time around. He's going to put down the fastest lap of the race, run at lap number 28. Lap 29, we apologize. Last time around, Wesley Jeanette going to put down the fastest time of the event, a 1:28.33. Ryan Farrell not far off of him, just about a tenth behind on the speed charts last time around, a 1:28.46. Race leader Nicholas Pressey, front and center. He ran a 1:31.72, so he is giving up quite a bit of time to the drivers behind him in line, and you can see already 2 seconds being eaten up out of his race lead. And, 30-plus seconds, how much fuel can you save? Can you save enough fuel? We are road course racing. So how much fuel can you really save at the road course? Back those corners up maybe 2, 3, 4 car lengths. Really just kind of roll into these corners, not on the brake very much, and just trying to really keep your momentum going without really hitting that brake pedal. I think that's probably your best bet at trying to save some fuel here. Man, I would give money to hear the team chatter and the team radio with that 94 right now. Fastest Ford in the field, showing the way. The 94 Ford Mustang leading by 34.5 seconds. You can see that time dwindling and dwindling fast. But will the drivers closing in have enough time to get there? We'll see 10 laps remaining this time by. If Nicholas Pressey is stretching the fuel, I think he may be able to save enough to get there. I truly think he's going to be able to keep this thing out on the track and still walk away with a race win. And that's going to go big time for the postseason. Not locked in right now. Nicholas Pressey not even inside of your top 10 in the overall point standings. He is one of those drivers that's almost in a must-win situation to punch his ticket to get to the postseason. 12 slots out of the 16 already spoken for. Only 4 more races after tonight to decide who's going to race for the season hardware in the Pinkett Forward Cup Series, brought to you by the International Virtual Racing League right here on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. And that's what's on the line. The hardware, the big money, the payout. That's what these drivers are fighting for week in, week out. If you haven't already, show these drivers some love. Let them know you appreciate all the hard-nosed contact and action out there, whether we're short track racing or we're road course racing. You've seen drivers on the brakes hard trying to make corners and just not able to get it. Carnage, chaos for a few drivers early here tonight. A little bit of scraps throughout the rest of the field, throughout the rest of tonight's race. And we've got great battles, whether we're talking about top 10s, top 5s, race wins, who's going to make it into the postseason, who's on the outside looking in, trying to race their way in. Some crazy good action still yet to be had here this season in the Pinkett Ford Cup Series. So if you haven't already, show these drivers some love and drop them that thumbs up. And our good buddy, Mr. Muth, checking in out there in the chat. I have no idea what you are talking about. No idea what the no, but I am. You know what? I don't know if I want to know. What I want to know, are you watching us with the big hat on? For those of you that don't know, go check out nogginboss.com. You can find yourself an amazing hat. A great social piece and a great attention grabber, that's for sure. I don't know what gets more attention, Roger's voice, his big shiny head, or that big old hat that he was wearing at Pocono. Crazy good piece. Go check him out over there at nogginboss.com. Promise you, you won't be disappointed when you see it. If you're looking for one of them up close and in action, check out the Turn 3 Racing Network Facebook page. You can find some great stills from the Pocono race weekend when the Turn 3 crew was hanging out up there at the racetrack, the home of the Turn 3 Racing Network, the Tricky Triangle. We watched some great racing action, then watched these drivers put on one heck of a race last Tuesday night from Pocono. We watched Jordan Warazik grab his second race win of the season, but tonight, it's about the fresh face. Nicholas Pressey, 8 laps to go, 7 when we cross the line this time by. He's been waiting for that race win all season, and could it come in the final handful of weeks heading in to the postseason? Nicholas Pressey still has a 28-second advantage over Wesley Jeanette. I don't think Jeanette is going to be able to close in time. A 1:30.09 for race leader Pressey last time around, a 1:28.47 for Jeanette back in second. Yeah, that's still about a second and a half faster, but you do the math. A second and a half times 8. Tell me what you get. You don't get 27 seconds, that's for sure. So as long as Pressey's able to keep it clean and on the pavement over the course of these final few laps, I think if the crew chief has got the fuel mileage figured right, I think we walk away from the road course here tonight with a new first-time winner. I believe that 94 of Nicholas Pressey is ready to park it in victory lane. I mean, he came into tonight's race sitting second in the points, so it's not like this is a one-off thing for Pressey. He has been consistent throughout the course of the first 21 weeks of racing. Came into tonight's race tied for second with the man sitting in third, Ryan Farrell. And Farrell has 3 race wins. So that just goes to show you the type of consistency coming out of that 94's garage. The driver always on point when he hits the track and always on the gas, ready to go and looking for that first race win. Oh, and he's going to blow the corner. Oh, no, this could be big. He's going to give up a ton of time here. Landscaping at the road course. That's not the track. You turned left and right, but that's not where you want to do it. You want to do it on that black stuff right there, the asphalt, the pavement here at the road course. That's where you want to be. Nicholas Pressey going to give up about 3 seconds through that off-track excursion. That exchange right there really going to hurt that 94. Man, that could have been a lot worse for Nicholas Pressey. I'm sure his heart rate, if we had one of those heart rate monitors on him right now in the car, I bet you his heartbeat would have been through the roof on that one, because that was that's one of those moments. We're going to take a look around the track just a little bit. Let's run down your top 3 runners here tonight, filling out those podium positions, running in the top spot with just 6 laps remaining. A fuel strategy unfolding here tonight on the road course at Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the Brickyard. 41 for the Pinkett Ford Cup Series. Nicholas Pressey with the race lead. He's got 24.2 seconds to play with. And it looks like he's going to walk away with his first race win. We don't want to jinx him, so we're going to move right on along in the running order. Driver that dominated here tonight out of Dixon, Tennessee. A long way from good old Rocky Top. Wesley Jeanette going to fire things off and begin the night off on the right shoe, on the right foot. Walking away with the HMG Innovations Pole Award, walking away with the Stage 1 and Stage 2 win. Trouble on the track, and Jeanette finds himself behind the 8-ball after a pit stop. And with 22 seconds to make up with just 6 laps remaining, 5 when we cross the line this time by, it's going to be hard-pressed for that Clark Heating and Cooling, the 74, to get back to the top spot, but he's going to give it all he's got. Wesley Jeanette sits in second. 43 of Ryan Farrell running in the third position. Driver out of Linwood, New Jersey. Had the pleasure and great opportunity to meet up with Ryan over there at the Pocono Raceway. Both enjoying the great racing there at Pocono, not just out of the Cup Cars and the ARCA Series, as well as the Xfinity and the Truck Series for NASCAR, but also enjoying a great IVRL Pinkett Ford Cup Series race at Pocono last week. And Ryan Farrell looking to follow that up with a solid podium finish here tonight from the road course. Farrell had the race lead for a moment or two here tonight. Has kept it fairly clean throughout the evening. We're going to look through some of those off-track moments for these drivers and one of the cleanest out there, yes, indeed, has been Ryan Farrell. Just a 4 off-track moments for Farrell, same as your race. Oh, my goodness. Wow. And we did not see that coming. Wow. Last time around, we're going to get back to this. Man, oh man, last time around, Nicholas Pressey, after talking it up, after trying to crunch the numbers, he is not going to have enough fuel to make it, and he's going to have to come to pit road, already on and off pit road with his final service done, but now sitting 23 seconds behind race leader Wesley Jeanette. Nicholas Pressey almost had his first race win here tonight. Man, that's gotta sting just a little bit to be so close to that checkered flag. But Pressey's still going to walk away with a podium finish here tonight. Only 3 drivers left on the lead lap. Those are your podium drivers. Wesley Jeanette reclaims the race lead out front with a big gap back to Ryan Farrell. 3 seconds to be exact. Man, that's... If ever we wanted to see a driver win, it's this man right here on screen. We're going to focus on him for a moment because, man, he threw the kitchen sink at it here tonight. He went for the strategy. It didn't quite pay off. It did keep him on the lead lap, and he was very close. 2 second faster pit stop, but it wasn't enough to translate into track position. And he's going to lose a ton of ground and a ton of time to those top 2 drivers. 21.5 seconds to the tail end of Ryan Farrell, who's running in second. But Wesley Jeanette has stepped off and away. 3.4 second advantage for Jeanette as he makes his way around the track for the final few times here tonight. We're going to have 3 to go this time by the Clark Heating and Cooling 74 of Wesley Jeanette. We said that he was going to stay on it and try to get back to that race lead. We knew something was going to have to happen to that 94 for Jeanette to get back to the top spot. And, well, not having enough fuel, that'll do it. John Tiller with a solid recovery after overcooking the corner, getting into turn number 1 on the final start or the final restart of the night. Tiller gonna sit in that 4th position, up 4 spots from where he qualified tonight. The 77 Swift home buyers machine is sitting about 24 seconds or so back from falling a 3rd lap down here tonight. Tiller listed 2 laps down. Thomas Kohick had a great run going, but some trouble throughout the course of tonight's race has relegated that number 1 Interstate Batteries Grounder Energy Toyota Camry back to the 5th position. Robert Shin, early trouble here tonight. Shin listed 7 laps down, and it looks like we've got our first 2 retirements of the night. The 41 of Jordan Warwick is not going to be able to make it back out on track, so that 41 will walk away with 7th, while Christopher Stang back behind pit wall, back heading to the hauler. Stang walks away 8th. Popsicle sticks on display for your race leader at the front of the field. The Clark Heating and Cooling 74 machine of Wesley Jeanette leads by 3.5 seconds now. No pressure at all out of Ryan Farrell behind him, running in second. Nicholas Pressey rounding out your top 3. Pressey not able to make up any ground here with no fresh tires in your top 3. They all took fuel only on that final stop, so no advantage on the tires for any of these drivers. It's all about the track position, though. They were able to keep themselves up out front after the chaos on the initial restart. And it pays dividends to have a good restart and to work your way through some of the mayhem. 1.5 laps remaining here for that 74 of Jeanette, and he's going to walk away with a clean sweep. And I believe This will be his third race win of the season here. If Warwizik's going to be able to do that, he'll pull even in the win column. And oh my goodness, did you see Ryan Farrell almost missing the corner in the background? Ooh. White flag flies here tonight from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. That's going to do it for us. Just one final time around. So as the boss man in the flag stand waves the white flag, we've got the one to go. Brought to you by pinketford.org right here. In the IVRL Pinkett Ford Cup Series, Wesley Jeanette working his way through the infield on the final lap of tonight's race, and he'll look for his third checkered flag of the season. Ryan Farrell with some trouble, and he's going to finish well behind your race leader now. Farrell with some big trouble, and he's going to be hard-pressed to even keep that second position away from Nicholas Pressey, who is all over him right now. Pressey's starting to close in and close in quick. Just a handful more for that 74, and he can walk away with yet another checkered flag dominating performance here tonight from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course. Race number 22 gonna be in the bag this last time by. Gotta make it through just a handful of more corners and working his way through turns 13 and 14. He'll rejoin on the front stretch. Gonna come across the line for the checkered flag this time by. That's gonna do it for the Brickyard 41, walking away with the checkered flag and the race win. Inside of his Clark Heating and Cooling 74's Chevy ZL1 Camaro, Wesley Jeanette walks away with his third victory of the season. Ryan Farrell going to limp his 43 back across the line and finish in second here tonight. Nicholas Pressey going to walk away with third. And already turning the car around, getting ready to give the fans in the stands a little bit of a smoke show. A lot of fans in the stands here tonight from Indianapolis Motor Speedway and getting ready to burn it down after walking away with his third race win. Heading to victory lane in just a handful of moments. Inside of that 74 machine, Wesley Jeanette gets the job done here tonight from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Going to utilize a teammate to help him smoke out the mosquitoes. And we're going to get set and ready to go to post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside at the conclusion of tonight's Brickyard 41 in the Pinkett Ford Cup Series, brought to you by the International Virtual Racing League right here on iRacing.com. With 41 laps in the book, let's head to some of our podium drivers here tonight. Let's see if we can't dial up and have a handful of words with the driver that walked away third here tonight. Let's see if we can't grab him for a brief moment. Let's see if we can't dial up that 94 of Nicholas Pressey. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Oh yeah, I got the copy. How's it going, Dave?
Going good, my man. How you doing? How you feeling after being so close to getting that first victory, but coming up just a little bit short? Still walking away with a great finish on the podium on the lead lap. How you feeling after this run at the road course?
Oh man, I'm falling into that beginning to fall into that Ryan Newman territory of good points days and junk, aren't I?
Oh, you said it, not me. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it was a tough race. Don't get me wrong, I love the Indy road course. I wish we will return to the oval at some point though, now that we have a package that supports these larger tracks. That being said, like I said, it was a fun race. When I was leading in stage one for all of about 11 seconds. The car, it just felt awkward in the back, no matter what you did. In any case, I had these people, they're great to race with. And it's a shame that there weren't that many people in tonight's race. One of the things I really love about this league are the people that race in it. So it makes me sad when we have these smaller counts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit smaller of a field count here tonight, and you gotta ask yourselves, is it kind of the mystique of a newer road course? I mean, you guys haven't been here to the Indianapolis road course, to my knowledge, yet, so maybe a little gun shy for a handful of the teams and drivers. What do you say?
I really hope that's what the case is. Coda was very populated, and after that, each road course sort of just tapered off. Um, you know, and now we had 9 qualify for today's race. It's just I like I said, these are good people to race around. Like 99% of the time, wonderful people. And we all make our mistakes, um, which may cause frustrations. Me included, I'm no exception. Um, but in spite of this, we do have a lot of fun racing each other as we should. Um, but yeah, Indy road course, it's not very popular with a lot of people because it's not the oval. So I understand that. But I'm really hoping that the next road course, which is my home track, we'll see an uptick.
Yeah, we hope to see a little bit of an uptick in the attendance when we head to the Glen here in a handful of weeks. But nonetheless, Nicholas, congratulations on a great podium finish here tonight, walking away third. Before we let you go, though, would you like to give any final shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Yeah, I'd like to thank the IVRL for putting on a wonderful league this season. It's been a blast so far. My friends, as always, who are watching this stuff, the Fan Fuel Motorsports blog, who have funded this car reliably, and yeah, people at Turn 3 for the broadcasting. You guys do incredible work. Hope there are a few jokes about a GTR in the studio.
We're not we're gonna leave that one alone for right now.
Yeah.
Well, Nick, again, congratulations on the third place here tonight. And we'll see if we can't catch up with you next week when we head to Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan is it's a fun track. Not very kind to me, but it's fun nonetheless.
All right, there you go. Final few parting words from the driver that walked away with the third place here tonight. Looking for a little more competition out there by the time he gets to his home track at Watkins Glen here in a handful of weeks for the IVRL Pinkett Ford. But we're going to move right on along in the running order. Let's see if we can't talk to our good buddy out there. Let's see if he's finally gotten off of the fence line 96 spot over here at the road course now. Ryan Farrell, it's Dave. How you doing, bro?
Oh, wait. Sorry. Good. How are you?
I'm great. Hello, click, click, mic check. Is this thing on? No,
for
I'm just
sure.
kidding, man. How you doing after a little bit of a long, grueling night here at the road course? A lot of opportunities to overcook the brakes. We've seen a little bit of chaos and calamity on some of the restarts, but you were able to walk away with a second. Not typically known for the road course racing, but a solid finish here tonight.
Yeah, it was a long one. That was I feel like I put in a full day's work already. Yeah, it was good. I honestly didn't have that many laps here, so it was a little rough finding my braking points and whatnot. And I think I gave up a little bit of time earlier in the race where I could have been pushing a little harder. And at the end, it kind of cost me. And then I had a snafu in the last pit stop. Probably should have came out ahead of Wesley, but came a little too far too close to the wall, so they wouldn't fill me up with gas. Unreal.
Well, with the pit crew being on the opposite side of the car, yeah, they may have got confused on where those markers were. You never know. They may have been afraid they were going to jump into the car. That's all I got. I ain't got nothing else.
Yeah, for sure. My plan was, so I pitted at the last end of the stage there to fuel up, figuring that I'd pit on the same lap as Wesley because I knew he was a little bit faster than me. But I figured if I stay close to him and pit on the same lap as him, just the time it takes to fill up the car should be less. So I thought I would get up ahead of him. But when you miss their pit stop marker, it kind of screws it up.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, another fine finish for you in the 43 crew. Next week we head to Michigan, and as these final few regular season races whittle on down, what's the focus for you and your crew with 4 race wins in your back pocket? Are you focusing maybe a little bit more, starting to shift that focus to those postseason races?
Yeah, definitely shifting towards the playoff and just trying to pocket as many points as possible, but also thinking about the overall points picture, because with Jay missing tonight, I think I actually might have taken over the actual physical points lead, so that's an extra bonus points too right there at the top, so that'll be helpful too to have later. And if we visit any of those tracks now, have those in the back pocket, think about them for later in the race season.
Yeah, absolutely. The bonus point's going to go a long way in the postseason. Well, walking away with second once again. Congratulations on yet another good run for you and your entire crew. So before we let you go here tonight and walk away with the second place, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home in Jersey or maybe somebody at the shop?
Yeah, I want to thank, first of all, IVRL for putting on the league, and Randy and all the guys behind the scenes, the McKinney brothers. They do a great job. You guys, Turn 3, you, Dave, do a great job every week. My fiance, Emily, for letting me, get out and hang out, get a couple of laps in with the boys. And that's really it right for now. I want to thank my dogs, Linus and Samson, for letting me race in peace tonight. That's a big mom's not home, so those two weren't up my rear end while I was trying to chase Wesley down.
Well, luckily enough, none of them like cords either, and none of them were able to turn the PC off on you. Congratulations on the great run, and we'll let you get to those little furry babies because I got one big 92-pounder myself, so we know how them being quiet and calm can help us all out throughout the night. Nonetheless, Ryan, always a pleasure to catch up with you trackside, and we'll see if we can talk again before the regular season's out.
All right, see you, Dave. Have a good week.
All right, there you go. Final few parting words from the man walking away second here tonight. Thanking everybody from the fiance down to the canines, keeping everything nice and quiet here tonight, letting them enjoy a great race here at the road course. Ryan Farrell will walk away with second place, and that's going to move us right along and into victory lane. Let's see if we can dial up the man that swept everything that you could here tonight, walking away with the pole position, stage 1, 2 win, as well as the checkered flag. Wesley, you got to be feeling good about this third victory.
Yes, sir. Yep, feels great, especially to win over. I know it was a small field, but we still had some really good drivers in here. So to win over a field like this always feels good.
Absolutely. Well, I want to get your thoughts on the way the end of the race was beginning to play out. You came down to pit road. Farrell came down to pit road with you, so you guys were continuing that on-track battle onto pit road. But when you came out, the 94 of Pressey had elected to try to run the fuel longer and possibly looking at saving enough to get to the end. What went through your mind during that period of time as you were pretty dominant but stuck in second?
Well, based on the practicing I'd done this week, I didn't think I was pretty sure he wasn't going to be able to make it all the way. So I was just concentrating on trying to cut into the lead he did have and keep Ryan behind me, which is not always easy. So it's not easy ever. But yeah, so I was really more focused on Ryan at that point because based on the laps that I had made in green, about 17 laps was about the most that I thought anybody would be able to do on a fuel run. So I pitted the way I did because I didn't want to get. I wanted to stay out front for all the restarts. Almost still got caught up in some stuff, but fortunately I was able to get through it without getting my car too tore up. So.
Yeah, a little bit of we'll call it a pucker moment there on the restart for you, but
For sure.
you know, you were able to get your head down, put your elbows up, and get back up there to the race lead and continue to just do your thing out here on the road course, keep it on the track, and that's the biggest thing. And you were able to do that better than anybody else here tonight, so you're going to walk away with the checkered flag, third race win on the season. So before we let you go and enjoy your post-race celebrations, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home in Tennessee, or thank anybody at the shop? I don't know.
Yeah, thank you and the admins as always, fellow drivers, and for making all this racing possible for us. Of course, my team, Fueled Up Motorsports, Clark Heaton and Cooling, who's on the car tonight, and Swift Home Buyers, and Venue Radio. And of course, my kids for letting me race in peace too, which they always do on Tuesday night. Any other night is pretty wide open, but they leave me alone on Tuesday and let me do my thing. So.
All right. Well, ice cream may be in order for them youngins. I'm just saying, and I can say youngins because I'm a fellow Southerner. Good old Rocky Top over there with you. I don't know if that's your thing, but
absolutely.
Most Tennessee. There you go. That's all you got to say is Tennessee, and you're happy. You may have to get some of them youngins some ice cream for leaving you alone. I know I usually have to bribe my little ones, but We'll see, and we'll let you guys deal with that one. But nonetheless, Wesley, congratulations on a great road course race here tonight, walking away with the checkered flag, your third victory this season. And we'll see if we can talk to you again in the post-race interviews before the regular season's out. But if not, stay safe and keep it fast.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, there you have it. Final few words from Wesley Jeanette, and if he had a few more to say, it would be good old Rocky Top. I can guarantee you that the Tennessee native going to walk away with his third checkered flag of the season and put an end to the Brickyard 41 here tonight, walking away with that top spot in the 74 Clark Heating and Cooling Chevy Z01 Camaro. Wesley Jeanette going to take that top spot, and that's going to pretty much do it for us here in the booth as we get ready to cut off the lights and roll up the cords. We'll get ready to head off to Michigan for next week's race. That's going to be another barn burner. Driver's going to hit the big wide open track there in the Irish Hills, Brooklyn, Michigan, at Michigan International Speedway. It's going to be one heck of a race. And as producers already hitting those music buttons, you know it's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results in the Brickyard 41. Walking away with the checkered flag, the 74 of Wesley Jeanette. Ryan Farrell back in second with Nicholas Pressey rolling home in third. Fourth place goes to the 77 of John Tiller with Thomas Cohey in the 1 right there. In fifth, Robert Shin going to walk away sixth here tonight. Jordan Warzik not able to duplicate last week's race win. The 41 finishes in seventh. 71 of Christopher Stang going to walk away from the track here tonight at Indianapolis Motor Speedway's road course in 8th. And Jaden Gimbel unable to get his machine fired off after trouble with happy hour coming to a close. Gimbel will walk away with the final points in tonight's race. He'll finish in 9th. And that's going to do it for us. As we've already said, we're going to begin to cut off the lights, roll up the cords, and get ready to head to Michigan International Speedway. We hope you join us next week. But before you go, while you're here, while you're at it, join us in and on that road to 3,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love and drop that thumbs up. Click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. With that being said, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.